are concept and we are in the process of making concepts. Our event is called Trailblazing, and just like Co-op, we aim to create an environmentally world-class event to enhance the lives of the local people in the community. Our following events are:
our first event is going to be a family-based event. It's going to consist of a fun run with family members pushing their children in prams for over 1 mile.
So our second event is going to be a fun run for all the ages. As you can see, we're going to be having it that everyone's in fancy dress. I've chosen Santa costume because I think it suits me. It's going to be prizes for all members who are dressed in fancy dress, and especially the top 3. It's going to be over a 5 mile distance, and it's also going to be situated in the centre of Manchester. Our main event is a 10 mile run on the 31st of October in Manchester, and we're hoping to attract people of all ages but keep a competitive edge to it. This is a map showing the route that our event is going to take place on. It's going to run from Manchester Victoria to the Trafford Centre and back again, and the other 2 runs will be incorporated within this here route.
the main technology we'll use will be through a camera and a GPS tracker on the chest of the participants. This will be then put on an app. Each participant that registers with us will get their own electronic ID, which means they can log into the app, and their family members at the event and at home can see the progress of the participant when they're running through the camera and the GPS tracker. I must check how Tim's doing through this really good app in his race. Oh look, Jared, come here, he's in Walker's Croft. You can actually see him running through this really cool app.
Oh, that's class. What an app.
Another form of technology we will be using is drones to digitally stream on the social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. This is because there'll be no live broadcasting of the event on the TV channels. The reason we've decided to use drones is because they're more energy efficient with rechargeable batteries. We can, it's a lot more efficient to recharge the batteries than to have to buy new ones, as the production of new batteries is a lot worse on the environment.
The product-based technology we'll be using will be mainly in a form for athletes. All athletes will be given a t-shirt made out of recycled fibres that will then they will give them a chance to keep for a small donation towards Co-op's chosen charity for the year.
So what have I stumbled across here? What are you talking about?
I'm just asking Jared how trailblazing is going to be environmentally friendly for both spectators and participants.
Yeah, so firstly, Paddy, what we looked at was obviously the technology through this event. The new technology was through offering the camera and GPS tracking device on the athletes' chests. Obviously, this needs to be held up by some sort of support. What we looked at producing was environmentally friendly vests, which are going to be made up of 100% recycled material. Obviously, which means after these vests have been done, that they will cause no harm to the environment, getting rid of them. The second thing we looked at for the event was it's going to be 100% paperless. This means that all the numbers that you would normally see at running events, athletes would have on their chests and participants, these are going to be 100% electronic, and everything else like registering for the event and stuff is going to be done through the app.
So what about the spectators? How are they going to have an environmentally friendly event?
We looked at, so obviously the route that we had planned, we're trying to keep all the cars away from that actual route, so therefore we're going to offer park and ride services for all the spectators, which means we're saving the environment by the emissions. We also looked at pop-up shops. This is going to be just shops around the event and the course, selling eco-friendly shoes and running equipment, etc. And also for the athletes and also participants, we looked at recycling points at the start, middle and the end of the event. We're going to encourage everyone that's going to be at the event, taking part or just watching, to bring as much recyclable materials down as possible, make sure we can get it all used. And the final thing we had, which was looking back at the athletes, was just offering local organic food, which Co-op offer, and giving it out to the athletes at the end of the race instead of anything else.
What would happen if you're, I've heard there's a new drink coming out, what happens if you're thirsty during the race?
So obviously over loads of the running races that have happened in previous years, the amount of plastic bottles getting used at these races is ridiculous. So we looked to try to reduce this, and the way we done this was through using tins and tins of water being offered out to the athletes. We've got a short promotional video on this if you would like to see it.
Yeah, I would indeed.
I love a bottle of water.
There you go, we've got calm water with no plastic bottles because we're trying to eliminate plastic from our events.
Cheers, mate.
This is how trailblazing will meet Co-op's vision.
Their aims.
And the objective.
Co-op's vision is to build a better society by excelling in everything they do. This is just like ours, as we're bringing together all members of the community with all abilities to 3 different types of events in the hope that they build relationships and create stronger friendships throughout our event.
Tim,
Hello, Chi.
what's Co-op's aims and why did they link the concept?
You know what, Gee, I actually have them here myself. So one of the aims is to strive for world-class performance. That links to ours event, as we're holding a 16 to 20,000 participant event, including the spectators, that is, which we're hoping to get a few world-class athletes down to compete in. Another aim which they have is to enhance the lives of the local community. This is all about our event, with local businesses being promoted, and it obviously being available for everyone and anyone with any abilities. Another one to have is always to make sure Co-op's values are first. One of those values is being easy to recycle. We're having recycling points at the start, middle and end of the run, so that there's no waste that's going on the floor that has to be tidied up afterwards. Another one is to fund local causes, such as the charity which they support is Mind, which is a mental health charity. All the athletes will be given the opportunity to make a small donation to this, and then they can keep their t-shirt, which they're going to be given from the event. Yo, G, over here and tell me about the objectives of Co-op.
Well, mate, if we look from concept's perspective, the things we can take from Co-ops is that, like them, we don't need big investors for our event. We're just trying to look back, like their other objective, which is their marketing advantage, which is what we can offer them. We're looking at working with the community, which we can do because we're giving through the event. It's going to be community orientated. And then finally, it's giving back to charities, which we obviously will be doing because we'll be giving donations through the t-shirts, obviously, like we suggested in the last thing. And also everything that we'll be doing, there'll be some sort of way that we're raising money to give back to our charity, which is Mind, the mental health organisation.
Hope you liked our idea.